Today I'm going to be playing Path of Exile. I was introduced to this game by a friend, and clearly I've enjoyed it. um, I'll be making a new character. Probably going to start with the Shadow. I like the Shadow. The Shadow's fun. I'm just going to try and get through as fast as I can. Sort of testing the waters, so to say, with to see if the audience on YouTube is going to enjoy it or not. Speaking of testing things, maybe I should move you guys over here. We'll see how that is. Maybe I enjoy that more. Who knows? Yeah, let's get right into it. And I'm gonna put music on, because I like music.
Nothing like a brisk dip to start the day. Is it possible to murder someone who's already dead?
Gonna do the speedrun strats that I've been taught. Mostly ignoring enemies that aren't blue. Trying to stay approximately 2 levels below the area. So like if I hit you here, you can see monster level here is 1. Technically I should be level -1, but you can't start below level 1, so... The maps are randomized, so technically I don't know where I'm going, but there's like a thing where they usually spawn in a similar side or location in reference to another object. So I'll typically be able to get through pretty quickly.
It's nice not being dead yet.
I don't know where I want to go 100%. I think I kind of want to do the roughly the same kind of builds I have been. I'm gonna try out this Perfect Agony. I have a poison build that's just going after a bunch of the like damage over time multipliers, but this makes damage over time multiplier for ailments equal to my critical strike multiplier. So I think instead I'm gonna try making a crit build that does poison. It might be a little obvious that this game has piqued my interest lately, because I typically don't do commentary.
I witnessed your battle.
And obviously I'm talking a lot more than I typically do. Cobra Lash is fun. It's a decent AoE. It's ranged, so it's better than Viper Strike. I'm gonna throw... what do I want to do here? I'm not entirely sure. I'm not gonna do anything with that right at that moment.
I saw what you did. Lion Eyes what?
What do I... Sorry, the graphics quality is so low. For whatever reason, my super strong PC has an issue. And yeah, I am going to cheat just slightly, if you can call it that, and use items I've picked up on previous playthroughs to make this one slightly easier. At the beginning, it's not going to be that much easier, to be honest. just quick gear before anything has dropped. Which is kind of because I'm speedrunning. I'm not really killing as much things, so I get less drops. Which obviously makes sense.
Furnace down at the slaughterhouse. Yes, that's what this place smells like.
This area is pretty just annoying, especially when I get a weird spawn like this. Typically I go up and to the right in here because that door is typically bottom left, but it seems like it's kind of like mirrored vertically today. So I'm not sure if I'm actually going the right direction or not. As far as I know, I am. Especially because there's that crimson iron there. That's what's on the map right there, and what I'm just walking past right now. That's a little event where, like, if you trigger it, makes 3 pustules that constantly spawn enemies over time. Once you're done, you get some crimson iron, which is early game metal in King's March. Right now we're going to the Tidal Island to do the Mercy Mission quest. It's technically optional, I think. But it's nice to get passive points early on when speedrunning, because if I'm not leveling up as often as I would be when I'm not using speedrun strats, then the game can get a little bit more difficult really quickly. Just gonna kill some of these guys so they don't quite literally murder me in 2 seconds if I catch up. Typically what I'm looking for is near the Crimson Iron, and it's this like boss dude who has ice attacks. Right there. And I'm half running into it. I'd like to deal with some of the ads here so I can kind of just face tank his attacks, which it looks like I've done. Damage won't be impressive at the moment because I'm using a pretty low initial hit gem. That's what these are. We call those gems if you haven't played Path of Exile, but I assume if you were watching this video you have before. My channel's kind of small right now. Yeah. Don't know what else to say on that point. The Cobra Lash is fun. As you can see, it fires like a small projectile that chains between enemies. The person who introduced this game to me didn't use it too much, so I kind of learned how to build it on my own. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna... Oh god. That's why I don't play hardcore. Don't know if I'm gonna do the fetid pool area or not this run, or at least early this run, because I'm pretty sure all that gives is some passive respec points, and if I don't need to respec, I don't need passive respec points. In this area it's pretty simple. You just find 3 rose nests, click on them, pick up the item they drop. Sometimes they drop more than one thing, sometimes that thing can be useful, sometimes it isn't. And then you go normally a bit further to the right, sometimes like it's very middle top, but like usually it's to the right, kind of like this. Click on the strange glyph wall, which fits all the glyphs in that wall, and you get access to the submerged passage. Do I want to climb this way or this way? I think I think I want the invasion and energy shield. Now we just travel back to Line Eyes at the waypoint. Darkblade will give us a gem. Contagion can be nice pretty early. Orb of Storms can be nice pretty early. Since I'm using a poison build, I'm gonna take Contagion since that will usually scale pretty similarly. I'm gonna take Dash.
Farewell.
Dash is a movement skill I can use when I level up again. Quicksilver Flask I can use when I level up again. Increases movement speed. I don't want Pierce support. Volley might be good this early. Otherwise, Momentum for the attack speed. I think I have a spare Volley Gem. Volley Gems are pretty easy to get pretty early because Nessa carries them. So I might actually take a Momentum, but I might have Momentum in my stash. If I have Momentum in my stash, it's probably going to level up a few times, which means I'll need a level up to use it. I'm going to take a Momentum. I think you guys get the gist. I'll hurry it up a little. It's essentially a introduction to this style of event, sort of. I call them events. I don't know what they're actually called. Where like you gotta click on that a couple times to start the encounter, boss fight, one of the two. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I want to call them, or what other people call them. Encounter probably fits. I haven't really used this encounter drop much. It's like a little thing that can guarantee a type of modifier on a article equipment. So I can't really say much on it. I'm sure a lot of people get uses out of it. I should probably be using it more often. Yeah. That's what the drop is the Whispering Essence of Greed. All this other stuff is just like random. Why can't I use you? Oh, level 6. I wish I found a shield by now. I want to put that on for the dual wield. Dual wielding gives a chance to block, but it is mainly used over a shield when you want the attack speed. It increases the attack speed. By default, there are ways to increase the increases granted by dual wielding. By default, it's like a 20% chance to block and a 10% increase to attack speed. The shields innately give usually greater than 20% chance to block, but also other defenses, stuff like evasion rating, energy shield, or armor. Meanwhile, sometimes the weapon doesn't even give you anything but the attack speed. Because certain modifiers are local, certain modifiers are global. Sometimes there's not an easy way to tell. Is this another dead end? I need to get back to the main area, don't I? Yeah. Like if I... Let's... So like you can see, I can't really show you right now being murdered by a bunch of things, but like if I get a second, showed it on the screen a couple of moments, but like daggers have the innate modifier, which means like almost every dagger will have a global increased or critical strike chance. Global critical strike chance, yeah, 30%, 30%. That means basically everything I do is getting that, but certain weapons, like those claws, grants 3 life per enemy hit. That's not a global modifier. And sometimes you don't know that even though it doesn't say global. Sometimes things that don't say global are actually global. But yeah, like if you do an attack with a claw equipped that didn't come, quote unquote, from that claw, it won't give you life when you hit things. I think when you're dual wielding, Cobra Lash at the very least like switches between. Let me. Yeah, see how there's now 2 different things there on Cobra Lash? It's technically switching between Claw Cobra Lash and Dagger Cobra Lash. I'm gonna put the other Shiv back on now. And I haven't experienced too much of endgame, just been trying to get more alts around that level, so I have more ways to do things. Because like, my current character that's at endgame has a defensive problem, like chaos damage will melt them really quick because I've mostly scaled energy shield. And even then, it was one of my first characters where I'm like, I want to go all in on offense, and forgot to not die. Glass cannons are really fun until the enemies hit back.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
I can show you guys what those other things are eventually. I'm just trying to get characters further ahead. A little jamming.
The Oculus Blizzard Child's Playhouse competitors. They sure don't open like they used to.
Also, I don't have to do that Lord's Labyrinth quest, because I've already done it on other characters. Once we get to Act 3, that's a fun little way to get more passives that you otherwise couldn't. Hi, Nessa.
Tale of good.
Added lightning damage, lesser multiple projectiles, multiple traps, added cold, faster attacks. I'm gonna take faster attacks. Trickery. Nice little bit of critical chance and stuff. Let me sell most of these actually. A lot of this early game stuff isn't as useful to me anymore.
While we live, we are blessed.
Somehow people have like sub 30-minute runs of Act 1. I haven't figured out how to do that personally yet. I think a lot of it is actually learning Like in the prison area and such, I tend to go the wrong way at first. I think a lot of it is getting or having the knowledge of where the door spawn will be through understanding the way the map builds itself. Cause like if I just knew, if like it didn't change at all and I just knew exactly where I needed to be, like this area here, the warden's quarters,
Moves like a killer.
I know how to find the boss and I know how to find the exit. Previous two areas of the prison, I'm essentially on my own. I know roughly where I have found them spawn before, but not to the degree that in here, which I think is because this is literally linear. But like, point still stands, even if it's a bad metaphor. I need to learn how the map builds itself. This is a slightly annoying fight sometimes. Mostly because he has a lot of health, and I don't have a lot of damage. His attacks are easy to dodge, it's just about me killing him. Like right there, he's gonna do a bunch of slams and I can just do this. I'm out of mana. That's a very slight predicament. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not running away. I could literally beat him if I wanted to. This is a tactic I had used on me in like, me and a friend group were doing like PvP a while back. The issue is no enemies spawn in here. But the way your flasks refill, oh, you know what? I could do this. Let me get back closer to Brutus, actually. So this isn't the tactic I had used on me, this is what I just thought of right now. We're in a boss fight? Not anymore. Now my flasks are refilled because I went to a town, which doesn't happen in Ruthless mode. But in non-Ruthless, just whether it's hardcore or not, that's an easy way to refill your flasks. Is just going back to the town so I can get my mana back, which will help me kill him a lot quicker and make the fight a little less boring for you guys.
Big just means more places to stick a blade.
That's right. Sorry about that. My nose has been itchy for a while. I was basically just in a pool. I need a little bit more strength for that. I'm gonna use that at the moment. I need like a thing that makes my camera less susceptible to bounciness. Whether it's like a wall mount or something. That's ideas for the future, because I poor right now. I have no money. Named Whirling Blades.
Stay sharp.
Probably didn't need to do that right now. That's probably half the reason I'm so slow. Sometimes.
It lives! Let's see what else.
I don't know if I have to trigger deity or not to go forward. Just so happens that I always have. Let's kill this group, because there's boots now. No! Once I get extra critical strike chance and Nightblade support gems, we'll be cooking. Because that gives addition rather than multiplication increases to the Cobra Lash strike chance, which regularly is fairly low. So having the addition rather than multiplication actually increases it a lot more than you would think. You can see, like, letting them build up like that and killing them quickly, if I can actually manage to not die,
I'm making the ghosts.
really quickly get levels. Like, I almost got a level and a half. I almost got like 2 levels from that. This can sometimes take a while. I'm looking for one of 2 places. Usually we ignore. I'm gonna start ignoring that probably. I'm looking for something called the Cavern of Wrath, or I'm looking for the other spot where Fairgrave's quest item is found.
Farewell.
Okay, Cavern of Wrath was found first. I don't remember if the other thing does or does not. Oh wow, this is actually really cool. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Huh, neat. That's actually a really cool way to build there, is... I think that is kind of weaker than doing that, but like, getting this, going down here to grab that, and then, honestly, I don't know if those both would be good together. I don't know if entropy works with perfect agony or not. And then bridging down here to grab perfect agony and from the shadows. Oh, wow. Obviously, none of that included stuff, but yeah, I didn't even consider doing that for damage. Wow. I have been enlightened. Oh god, that's a dead end. That is also a dead end. That's why I keep the map open, by the way. Oh, I'm bleeding. Bleeding is these dead ends. Isn't it normally north for the first? Ugh. Bleeding deals a lot of damage to me personally. Like, not even my character. It hurts me. The person you are watching play the game. Because it deals a lot more damage if you're moving. And I like to move. I like to move it, as the lion from Madagascar would say. Or is that the King Julian? I don't remember. It's been so long since I watched Madagascar. Okay, now we're in explosion territory, so I need to pay a little bit more attention to the game. Explosions! Oh no! Now! I didn't even realize there was a dead end. That is also dead end, but maybe not. Yep, it definitely much is. Oh, my butt talks. Oh, baby, so hardcore. I love that I found the Stardust. Black Fox tracks. I know it says Bandetto, that's an alias. God damn it! Yeah, just having like a lot of electronica at my fingertips. I believe the contract said I'm, or copyright things that I'm allowed to use. As long as I like don't put it in a label or whatever. Okay, well I know the door is now. Oh my god. I'll double check that. I know I have like a copyright thing on my Twitch thing. I don't remember if I put it in my About Me on YouTube or not. Jesus Christ, do they spawn those in? Is that why there's always 12 million of them chasing me? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take care of this many of them without dying. I am rapidly approaching a dead end. But getting some extra levels right before more rail wouldn't be such a bad thing.
I'm so good at this, I scare myself.
Mervale always sucks for me. I think the only time this boss fight didn't feel like a slog was when I was getting carried by someone who told me you can beat Act 1 in 20 minutes. Because yeah, it's taken me 50 minutes again. I'm going to skip forward here. Honestly, I'll probably fast forward Brutus too, to be honest. Also, my phone is going off in my pocket. My friends are probably asking me if they want to do something. Which is fine, because I'm almost done Act 1. Almost done Act 1. Be a shame if, like, Valorant, suddenly my mic isn't working. I'm actually on my own computer now, though, so it should be working. I think I lost a bunch of the Zenless Zone Zero content because my computer ended up having to be reset. I had this issue with Windows that just like spiraled out of control. One of my drives was trying to die on me, so I tried fixing it by repairing my Windows installation. But when I did like the whole re-download Windows through the start menu or whatever, it decided to delete the master boot record, which you kind of need in order to start your computer. So I ended up having to do a fresh install of Windows after a bunch of other issues had happened too. Like, for whatever reason, my computer thought one of my external drives that I just keep a bunch of games on was a boot drive. So, goodbye some content I just had to edit in order to put out. Editing always feels like a slog for me. I need like a stream deck or something that I code to make noise on a separate channel. Probably my Twitch alerts channel. I am thinking of doing Twitch streams. I'm not sure. So it could be a way to get an actual audience. I'm just not sure if I'm ready for that, personally. Okay, phase 2. That's actually why I have the ability to have music. Is I've been trying to set up Twitch stream. No, 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 no. You don't kill me again. I kill you again. As people in the other MMOs I've played would say, don't stand in stupid. And right now, stupid is all the tornadoes and her little scream attack. Okay, this just got dicey.
Just need a moment to reflect.
This just got very dicey. I need her to spawn in her friends again. But I need to kill them quicker when she spawns in the tinies again. Do you see why I hate Merville so much? Okay, never mind. It is dead. But it still sucks because she does cold damage, and early on cold damage is very good at murdering my face. because it will slow my movement speed down. Oh, I can put Whirling Blades on. If I die again, I'll put Whirling Blades on. I didn't notice that this medium mana flask rolled instant recovery, which is, and I didn't even notice it was in the tornado, which is very annoying. But yeah, I need to come up with a way to murder Mervale easier or something. Because it was like my least favorite part in the game.
My first dance with a lady of quality. Maybe she lets some go.
Energy shield gloves. I'm gonna leave the rest of that on the ground. Southern Forest. We're officially in Act 2. I'll go back to talk to people really quick, and then get it off. The recording time is an hour long. I don't know how long the actual video will be. I'll see if I can get it down to 30 minutes. I might be able to get it down to 30 minutes. Who knows? But yeah, we just talked to Nessa. Probably pick up something. I don't know. Essence Drain? Essence Drain. I'll pick up Essence Drain.
Take care.
Quite the lady.
That gives me the option to convert to, I think it's called Hexfield Mines. Is the name for the build? I don't remember.
Farewell.
Yeah. I will see you guys next time.